Hi Keith, it's Karen. I finished. Here you go. I worked on this afternoon, and I really appreciate you letting me do this for you. The whole time I had this overwhelming sense, and I just kept hearing, that Keith is worthy of this time. Keith is worthy of this care. So I hope it really helps you. It was fun to do. Okay, so I definitely got a sense of mental conflict. And it seems like to me, from what I was pulling from the cards and just my feeling, is that this is always working. Always working, thinking, pondering, questioning, and it never has a chance to really shut down. Like, the sense I had is even when you're having your downtime, it has a purpose. Like, even your downtime has a purpose. Breathe. And I was asking, well, what can we do? What can we do with that mental conflict? Because, I would suggest meditation as Karen, but that just did not seem like it was going to be something that you could do or would want to do. Just meditation. It almost seems like your type of meditation is listening to a podcast. Your type of meditation is walking for exercise. Not just meandering. I don't know. Just, it seemed like you're always going. There's always an objective. There's always a goal. And there's never just... This is the sense I had. I have no idea if this is true. But like you at the beach would be not just sitting there watching the waves. You would be angling the umbrella to make sure that everybody was comfortable. The boys, do you want to play football? Come on, let's play football. Making sure that they're enjoying their experience. Your wife, oh, you forgot your drink? Let me go get you some ice. Like, you're the one who's pushing out, and you're never centered in, calm, taking care of yourself. It may or may not be true, but that's what the cards were saying, and that's what I kind of pulled up here. So there is a practice that you can do that will help you balance. So the idea is that when you go to sleep, so you've gone through your day, and that you it's time for you to go to bed, you're still taking your day with you. Maybe. I mean, this is all just me practicing, right? So I really hope that this is totally not resonating with you, that you tell me that. Honestly, you've got to be honest with me. Okay, so I feel like you're taking, like, you go to bed, time for bed, and that you're still thinking of your day, of what you want to accomplish, your worries, everybody else. So a practice that you could do so you actually can stop the day and then start fresh the next day, instead of just carrying everything to... I just feel like 24/7. You're exhausted. So what you can do is get a nighttime ritual practice. And this is what I came up with, which I thought was pretty interesting. Every night, go out and observe the moon. Just observe the moon. Do it for a whole, moon cycle. And just go out and just look at the moon and observe the moon. And, give yourself like a time. I don't think you can probably do it more than 2 or 3 minutes, but just kind of like, okay, I'm going to look at the moon. And that's your job. Don't do anything else. Don't contemplate the moon. Just look at the moon. And just look at the moon. And then that will signify to you, I think, it's nighttime. It's dark. It's time to... Oh, this came up with you. It's time to be fallow. The fallow field. So you've planted... This is what I get from you. Is you've planted so many seeds, And it is your time. Now you need to be patient and allow yourself just to everything's germinating already, and I know that's not a fallow field, but you need to be fallow and trust that all the seeds that you have planted are germinating and everything's coming into fruition. Trust it. You've done all the work. Now, lean back and be empty. Which is kind of counterintuitive because we're both in the purple thing. I don't know. Okay, so just have some fallow time. Can you do nothing for like an hour? We'll see. Maybe you can. I mean, who knows, right? But this is what I'm getting. Even your breaks seem productive. We already kind of covered that. Okay. Be patient. Oh, and then quiet contemplation, retreat, recharge. Oh yeah, you just really need to know this and own this. You are special. You are different. You are gifted. You are gifted. And there is different. You know, we're all special. You know, we teach that in school and all. We are, but you're special. You're unique. You have a lot to offer. And it's not by doing for other people, which is what you have been doing, I'm picking up, but just being who you are authentically yourself is a gift. Like, I've always heard, like, you know, when I get like that, because some of this resonates with me too. Like, Karen, you're moving mountains on the other side. You're moving mountains on the other side. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, I hope so. You are moving mountains on the other side. So just trust that you being you and not doing, but just being you is enough. 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 And we're talking about all these things with purple, you know, like, what are we going to accomplish? What are we going to create? Blah, blah, blah. Just what I'm getting is just that you signing on and leaning into it, because that's your word, right? You lean into things. You signing on, leaning in, and the willing to be vulnerable just opened up like 50 doors. Just you signing up and showing up just expanded everything out. So now it's there. And now it's time to, you did the hard work of showing up, and now it's time for you just to contemplate. I don't even want you to contemplate, because that's more here. Trusting that you are exactly who you are supposed to be, and everything is moving and working for your benefit right now. So, I mean, I would tell you this. Something terrible, what we humans would deem as terrible, happens. I can't even think. Like, oh, I don't know, it's so hot, your air conditioning goes out. There's one. Okay, so your air conditioning goes out, and you're like, man, what kind of luck? It's never been this hot. I would trust that was exactly what was supposed to happen. I would just be like, oh man, the air went out. I can't wait to see why. I cannot wait to see why. That's where you are right now. That's your energy. Everything is working for you, even if your human mind is telling you no. So just get into that heart and go, oh, I'm so curious. I cannot wait to see why we are all sweltering. Maybe you were supposed to go to your parents' house, and your whole family was supposed to go there and use their air conditioning, and something magical will help them. I don't know. That's my neighbor. He's just a kid. I like him. I don't know. So just trust in your experience. Everything is working for you. You've done all the hard work just by being you. So, and then the other thing that might help you is if you can just, because you're here, I get the sense that you're here so much that it's hard for you to see progress. So if you will just take a moment and go, wow, 20 years ago, I would not have handled that fender bender the way I do today. Just celebrate the growth and the maturity that you have had. And don't say, it comes with years, because I know plenty of adults who cannot do that. You've done so much with your choices on how you're going to deal with life and how you've done such a good job. So celebrate that, please. Notice it. Find examples of it in your life. I guess give you the crazy eyes. My kids call it my crazy eyes. Okay. See beyond your human understanding. We covered that. Be patient. You are moving towards something uplifting and enlightening. Just trust it. Believe it. It's true. Take your time. Focus on developing your gifts and your strengths, transformation, moving beyond your past challenges, and honing your strengths. So, this is not too much of a stretch. Sometimes I wonder, how much of this is Karen or how much is this the Spirit? But I really feel like you weren't celebrated in school. Almost like your gifts and talents didn't fit the bill for gifts and talents in school. So you were made to feel less than. And the school just really did a number on you. The school system. Which, I think it did a number on everybody. So take that as it may. I really feel like it did hurt you. I feel like you got hurt in the school, and then it told you some limiting stories about yourself. That it's really stuff if you will look at it objectively. If you'll be like, oh, okay, I wasn't good at math. I was made to feel stupid. Do I really value math? Do I really value people who are good at math? A lot of people who are good at math don't know how to express their feelings. So get real clear on what you value and reform some of those stories that you learned about yourself in school. That's good news for everybody. And I don't even know if you're good at math. You're probably great at math. You're probably great at math, buddy. All right, so you are gifted. Just quiet, please. Breathe. Rest and recharge. Even on this purple platform, take a minute and breathe. Maybe don't ship something for a couple days. I don't know. I'm just saying, trust your heart. Be patient. Let's get this mental conflict under control. Give yourself some of that grace that you're giving everybody else around you. And I mean everybody. Give yourself some of that. And then when you trust yourself in your heart, some of that will disappear. Some of that mental conflict will disappear. So, that's what I think I've got for you. And then gratitude. I think you're practicing it already. But just be grateful for all the things that, all the things. Be grateful for all the things. All the things. And trust that it's got you where you are today, and you're a really special person. And you don't have to do anything. You're already enough. It's almost like this. This is the last thing I'll say. It's almost like if you went into a coma and you couldn't do any of the things that you do every single day of your life, and you couldn't think any of your thoughts that you think over and over and over again. If you were in a coma and you could not do any of that, you would still be, and this is so, you'd still be a gift to the world just by being you. And we don't understand that as a human, but there's something about even just you, your energy and your soul being in that body is helping us more than we can possibly know. And my hands just went, they got the little tingle. So I believe that to be true. Thank you for letting me play with you. Maybe, think about it a couple days and see. And You can tell me, what resonated, what did not resonate, because this is just me playing too, right? Trying to be brave and trying to see, if I can actually, I read for friends and people I know a lot, see if I could read for a little stranger too. Just got the tingles in my fingers again. So anyway, thank you for letting me do this. I appreciate you. And do be honest, like what worked, what didn't work. And I don't know, try that moon thing. I think that might help you. A nighttime ritual. No homework except to stare at the moon every day for like 30 days. And just let the dark be the dark. And let you know that that's a time for you to like turn off. Like you see the moon, okay, my day is done. There's nothing else to do. Nothing else to think about. Nothing else to contemplate. When I look at the moon, it'll almost become like a positive trigger for you to clean out that slate. You can start again tomorrow. All right, thanks, friend. Mwah! Bye.